What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Now you read it, you know what I'm doing, and what's the motto for this channel? It's taking the mystery out of cooking and simplifying these recipes. So with that being said, I'm not finna over talk it, so let's get it. Okay, so as you can see, it's not a whole lot of ingredients, right? So we got 1 pound right here of ground pork. I'm gonna be using 1/3 cup of this all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of this butter, and this right here, this is your milk. This is whole milk. If you guys got 2% or anything that's like less than whole, go ahead and add just a little bit more of the flour, right? You gotta have the pepper, right? So this is 2 teaspoons of pepper. And here's about 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is a little bit more than 1/8, in between 1/8 and 1/2 teaspoon of a red crust, you know, peppers. Right here, we're gonna give it a little kick. And then you gotta have salt. So this right here, this is for the look and the flavor. And this right here, the salt, right? That's kosher salt, is for the flavor. And then listen, in today's time, I'm gonna show you guys these right here. So you can look at this and you can just see, I'm trying to say it like this. You're not sacrificing no taste. These right here, you can catch them on sale at the store. Half the time, they're only $1, you know, for these buttermilk biscuits. So it's all about the gravy. That's what's gonna turn it over the top. So I'm gonna show you guys just how simple it is. So you guys can put this out, you know, any time of the week, especially like on that Sunday. You wanna get up, put these in the oven, you follow the instructions for the biscuits and you make it happen. Now, let's get this gravy going. Okay, I got my biscuits in the oven. Listen, they're gonna go for 15 minutes, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing my cast iron skillet. We're gonna bring this up. We're gonna start it off at a medium-high heat. Go ahead and hit that, hit start. So what I'm doing is I'm preheating this so that this can get hot and get warm, you know, throughout. It takes a minute just to get everything going. I'm gonna be using a little olive oil once I put the pork in here, you know, to start getting it to cook. Other than that, we'll wait till this come up and then we're gonna go ahead and just add our pork. Okay, just add just a little bit of olive oil. We got a little heat in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pork. Now you want to get yourself a wooden spoon, and look, we're gonna use this to break it up. This is why I love having a flat edge wooden spoon. You know what I mean? For one, if you're using Teflon, you know, skillet or something like that, it doesn't scratch the bottoms. And look, it's just perfect for me to go ahead and hit them and hit it flush. You know what I mean? And it just breaks them up. Because the objective is to get this small. Remember, this is going into that gravy. So right now I want to just keep on letting it cook, keep on breaking it down, and I wanted to get rid of all of this pink because we want to cook it almost till it's almost gone. Even if you go all the way, that's okay too, but you almost don't want to see any pink. It's not quite as fine, but remember, the smaller you get this to break down, the smaller it'll be inside of your gravy, right? So this is what we got right now. Go ahead and get your flour. And what I do is I just sprinkle it on. I try to do it evenly, you know, throughout. So you just do it like this. Then you want to go ahead and just start cooking that down a little bit. Let this pork absorb some of this flour and cook it down. Once I got it pretty much mixed up, this takes about, you can feel it with your spoon too. You'll feel it thicken up. You can see the way it's starting to clump up like this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 tablespoons of butter. As soon as this, you know, melts, what I'll do is, then it'll be time for me to start adding the milk. Now, you want to start adding your milk. We're just gonna add a little bit in at a time. So it's almost like we put about 1 cup, right? Then we just keep it moving like this, because remember, we just want it to be a nice gravy. I know you guys can see it starting to, you know, transform into that gravy right now, but you got to keep on stirring it. If you guys have been watching me for a minute, you know when we make these gravies, it's all about keeping that spoon, that elbow, your wrist, everything needs to just continue to stay moving under this heat. Now as it starts to thicken up, right, we're gonna add a little bit more. Now save just a little bit back. Remember, I always tell you, it's better to put in a little than to put too much, because there's nothing you can do when you put too much, you know? So right now we just do it like this. We let that stay under this heat and we start letting it begin to thicken up. Now, you remember that pepper? We're gonna go ahead and add that pepper to it. And right now, I'm gonna just start with like just 2 pinches of kosher salt, you know, and then we're gonna work this in. And then we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna help it to thicken up as it cooks under this heat. I can tell you right now, 2 teaspoons, that's just being fair with it. I'm probably gonna add, just by looking at it right here, because I like to see my pepper in there, I'm gonna add some more to it, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the milk. And now we got these pepper flakes. I'm gonna go ahead and add the pepper flakes now. Just to add just a little bit of, a little hint of a little bite, you know? Now it's up to you. If you guys wanted to be a little bit on the hot side, you can do that too. But we're gonna keep it moving just like this. We're gonna let it cook its way on down until we get the desired thickness that we like. Now, I'm gonna add about another teaspoon of black pepper. I'm gonna get this mixed in, keep it moving, and then we're gonna do a taste test, see if it needs any more salt or anything like that. It's thickening up nicely. Look at this right here. Can you see that? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. I'm reducing my heat down to medium right now. Oh, let me just show you this. You can just see how, there it is right there, so you guys can get a close up. You know, get you some fresh. Now, I want you to see how it coats the spoon. Right here, like I said, I got it on medium. I'm getting ready to put it on a medium low. I just want to taste it to see if it needs any more salt. It could use I'm gonna add just a pinch to it. And we'll leave it like that. Stir it. Now, while you're waiting on your biscuits, if it thickens up too much, you can just add a little bit more milk to it just to thin it out. But I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm going down to low right now. We're gonna leave it like this, and we're gonna wait for these biscuits to be done. As soon as the biscuits are done, then we're gonna go ahead and put some of this on top. Then we're finna eat it. Okay, here you can see, look, the biscuits are ready. You know what, you can't beat this. If you take a look at them, those are just like, they look perfect and they taste great, and you can't beat the price. So remember, the motto of my channel is simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Okay, you just saw, you know, just how the biscuits look. Of course, that's Pillsbury and they brand. Now let's go ahead and let's give this a stir, because this is what it's all about right here. I want you to look at this consistency right here. Look, can you see that? That's what I'm talking about right there. So with that, we got this going. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plate. I'm gonna go ahead and just take one of these. We'll just, oh man, open one of these up like this. And I'll probably take another one. Now I'm gonna go ahead. And now we finna put this gravy on top. Ah, yeah, look at that, y'all. That right there, if that don't say sausage gravy to you, I don't know what will. Now remember, if it's too thick for you, all you gotta do is, you can add your, you know, add a little bit more milk just to thin it out. But this right here, this should do it. Now I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section below, are you gonna put this in the rotation? And did you even know it was this easy to make? Now that you just seen that, you seen how thick that gravy was. Remember, if you need to make it a little bit more, you know, if you want it to be a little loose, just add yourself a little bit more milk and give it a stir, and it'll loosen right up. Other than that, I'm finna go ahead and get me a bite. You know what I mean? Hey, so let's get it. Oh man, hey, I can't do nothing but laugh. I'm gonna just say this. This right here is a traditional style, you know, I'll say country style, you know, biscuit and gravy, you know, recipe, right? Now, you wanna send it over the top. Oh, let me just say this too. It got a little heat. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if you wanna say it on the back end or whatever, but those red pepper flakes, listen, you might wanna start with 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you like the heat, go ahead and go with 1/2 a teaspoon, right? Now, seasoning options. You can go ahead you know, when you're seasoning your pork, you can add yourself about a teaspoon of onion powder. You know, you can spruce this up any old kind you want, any old kind of way you like. And also, I didn't do it in this one, but I always do it. But I did this just to give you guys like the basics, right? But I always add some onions to it, saute them down along with the pork, you know what I mean? Get them going and I go from there. So with that being said, listen, make this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And you guys that have been watching me for a minute, you know what I'm about to say. That's right, I'm out of here. Peace.